Hey everyone, welcome back to the Playhouse.
What a hilarious track.
What do you think of that one?
That was great fun.
I only played that track because that guy's got glasses as well. I can kind of bond with him, stuff like that.
Yeah, you guys have got to find your little niche.
We have.
Got to
We
find
have.
somewhere.
Great track, I love it. Also, well, I want to talk about one of the biggest parties in Auckland, in New Zealand. It's coming up in a couple of weeks. It is Deep Art and Funky. It is at Victor Arena.
That's massive.
It's massive. It's a shame you're going to be away.
Yeah.
You're in
exactly.
Thailand for that weekend,
I'm in
aren't
Thailand,
you?
yeah.
How the hell are you going to...
Oh, it's not going to be a good time. Yeah.
How are you going to do that? That's
Well-
going to cut your chances. That's going to cut your odds down.
Yeah, I think it's going to give it a bit of a dent, but you know,
It's gonna
my
be-
enthusiasm will have to lift above that, I think.
Have you got anything to make that thing waterproof?
I guess
Come
it's
back
a
to
point of
Deep
difference, it's talkability, it's all those kind of things, so you never know.
Art. Yeah, it's a good talking point. So how did you break your arm?
Well, yeah, I'm not sure if this is a good story or not, but over the long weekend I was up at a mate's batch, and
Yes.
we're actually going to show you the video soon, because in this day and age there's always a camera everywhere.
Yeah.
Mate's got amazing driveways, and a friend of mine who loves oneday.co.nz, that website where you can buy basically anything, bought a pair of $30 roller skates.
Yeah.
And I started getting a bit cocky on them, thought I was quite good on the deck, so...
Like old school four-wheelers.
Four-wheelers, both
You're
sides,
kidding.
8 wheels. Yeah, and so I went and...
Four on the floors.
the floors. You're definitely not supposed to go down hills on those things.
No way.
Back in the rink, doing the curls, doing the figure eights.
That's
and all that kind of
dancing to
stuff.
Blue Monday, going around.
Yeah, but I guess I took it to the next level, which you'll see in a second. But got pretty cocky. Went down the first driveway, made the bend, started going
So
down.
it sounds like a luge.
Yeah, well, it was good. It was really good fun, and I started getting pretty into it. But then the last run, which is always what happens, the last run, I'll give it one more go. Let's go, one more crack. Mate, you've got the camera ready. It's going to be awesome. And yeah.
But more confident at this stage. You've done the course twice already.
I was all over it. I was like top of the drive. I'm going both corners to the end.
What kind of grading are we talking about here?
I reckon it was.
Can you chuck a percent at us?
Okay, let's maybe put 32 on it. Or
Oh my god,
32,
that's
40.
pretty steep.
Yeah, it was good fun. It was really good fun until the last run, and didn't really think of all the consequences that could have happened if I'd smashed my thumb on the
Oh my god, was it a classic, back, or was it a
kind of like the wobble and
speed wobble?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's great that we've got the footage so you guys can kind of see what we're talking about, but I got because I've been looking up on Google to try and find any alternative to wearing this thing while I'm overseas, but I'm basically stuffed. Transverse fracture of the first metacarpal, straight across. I got to wear this bloody cast right up to my elbow.
Well. How's that going to be in Koh Samui?
Yeah, it's not going to be great, especially in the hot weather. I'm not looking that.
No, it's going to be hot over there. But anyway, I did mention Deep Art and Funky, which is happening in Victor Arena the 28th of this month. It's going to be massive. It's New Zealand's biggest dance brand. It's a shame you can't be here.
How many people can they fit in there?
Well, I think they are going to be up around 6,000. So
Yeah.
it's selling like hotcakes.
That's great fun.
It's great fun. We got the Mob and Masters coming over from Australia. You got Sam Lamore from who wrote the Pot Bellies track. Don't Hold Back. You know that one, Dan.
That's right. Yeah.
And we have massive local support from Bevan Keys, Grant Marshall, myself, General Lee, Thane Kirby. It's just going to be a massive nudge.
Yeah.
I do have a double pass to give away to that later on in the show, so beware of that and don't change your channel. But in the meanwhile, why would you anyway? You're right, Dan.
Well, that's just honest.
But how do we? We're going to watch how you broke your arm.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I call it an arm or is it just your thumb?
No, it's just my thumb, but it's basically a whole arm.
Looks like your arm.
Yeah, well, no, it's on either thumb, and I wish I could just have something around that, but the whole shebang has to get involved in this little break. So,
all right, let's check out how he broke his thumb. We'll be back very shortly.
Oh, nice. I can go there. Yeah. Oh, no! Another criminal! Oh! Oh, yes!
Hey everyone. everyone. Welcome back to the Playhouse. Buddy, that looked painful.
Yeah. So.
Your first 2 runs were incredible.
Why don't you just quit while you're ahead? I'd made the corner.
Mate,
and
you've
I did
made them
everything
well.
else. Yeah. I mean, I run it over and over in my head all the time because I've been obviously pretty down about that.
To be honest, if everyone run back with this technique, you had your arm backwards and it kind of really screwed your weight up.
A reverse cricket swing backwards, yeah.
Yeah, and then
I
slap.
held like a speedball cannonball kind of down.
Yeah.
And just slam the point. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, you know.
Isn't it? You must relive that all the time.
relive it every
Especially with forking out with a big fare to Thailand and...
I guess I was just showing off a little bit, really.
Maybe you
all
were.
the crowd there, and I was like, you know, they were cheering me on. Go, Mars, you can do it one more time.
Muzzy,
all that kind
Muzzy!
of stuff. Yeah.
Muzzy!
And so I'm probably like my swimming. Thailand's basically not, you know, it's got a bit of a dent, but
Hey, you can always switch to shopping over there. They got some great pirate DVDs,
you should
pirate
see
music.
this. I found this massive, it's called a dry cast that you can put over the top, and it actually looks no different to a giant condom that's big this big.
How embarrassing!
You roll it right over the top, so I'll be like,
Are you staying in a resort?
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm staying in a few resorts,
Rolling up to the bar,
So I'm
in
not
the
really
pool.
sure if swimming's worth the whole, like, hold on a sec, can you do me up, mate? You know?
You're going to get a little bit of shit
Yeah.
for that, I
I
think.
think I will.
It's going to be hard to, yeah. Well, let's not say that. But anyway, I was talking to Daniel in the break about New Year's. I know, well, we're 6 months out from it, and people really need to start thinking about what
You
they're going to
reckon
be doing.
already? I guess so now. I mean, all the big things sell out.
Well, a lot of acts, I'll tell you right now, and I'll tell you, is a lot of acts now get booked now. A lot of big acts, they get booked, locked in for all the big festivals and all the big parties. So everyone's going to be going, oh, what's he talking about New Year's for? What's he doing that for? You're going to miss out. You're going to miss out on tickets unless you start buying your tickets as soon as they come up. First, early birds. Let's call them early birds.
Yeah, I guess it's always good.
Book early.
Get
Be proactive, yeah.
Yeah.
You've been to Rhythm and Vines. I haven't.
Oh, it's a
You've
great
been
time.
to heaps of festivals in the South Island.
Yeah.
And I haven't. So tell me about Rhythm and Vines. Tell me about Alpine Unity. Tell me about all that. Fat weight.
Okay. Well, you go back a little while. I mean, I went to Destination during my uni days, which
Yeah.
was in Cave Stream in the middle of Arthur's Pass, and that was
Far out,
an
you're kidding.
amazing time. And those were 3 days festivals. I did a couple of those, and that was kind of like back in the day when Shapeshift was starting out, and Rhombus had just kind of
The good old days.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, you're putting a couple of thousand people in the most beautiful spots in New Zealand.
But
right away from the
campaigners,
cities.
lovers of the music.
Yeah, and it's 3 days, and most of those times it was pouring down with rain and all that kind of stuff, but you just get into it, and I guess Rhythm and Vines, and that's crushing it up in Gisborne.
Oh,
because
Gizzy, yeah.
Those guys have, which we
They know what they're doing, don't they?
Yeah, they really do, and
Yeah.
you know, you've seen it grow from 1,500 people a couple of years ago to probably hitting the 25,000 this year.
Yeah.
And just running it so polished. Like I've been to 3 of those, and
Tight ship.
Yeah, absolute tight ship. Nothing goes wrong the whole night, and
Amazing.
it's just a really good time. And I haven't talked to, and you won't talk to anyone that's had a
rubbish time.
had a bad time in a Rhythm and Vine. So
Unless they've been on party pills and that's gone the ambulance.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, those days are over, thank God.
well, there'll probably be some little. No, yeah, those days are gladly gone.
Gladly over. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with
He
you.
does these days. Yeah.
That's it?
I wonder what Cosmic Corner does these days.
Well, I don't know. They sell pipes.
They sell tickets.
And tickets. Yes.
Yeah, I think more tickets.
But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I've been we do have some great parties up here in the North Island, as the South Island does, with the High Life Entertainment, which was at Waiheke Island.
Oh yeah.
You heard about that? I told you I was playing at that, but you were going. Where were you?
I was over in Amsterdam for New Year's.
Amsterdam for New Year's. What an arsehole.
I know.
Really, how was that?
That was bloody good fun, actually. So probably not the same as being in, you know, board shorts and a singlet and drinking beers on Sunday.
Yeah, it's a bit colder over there.
Freezing
I'd
cold
say.
weather, yeah. Don't swim in the canals.
Can you tell me why you jumped off a boat? And if you've ever been to Amsterdam, everyone, it's just riddled with canals, and the canals consume the city, don't they? Really, they're everywhere.
Absolutely.
Every block is a canal.
Yeah, the whole of the country's under sea level. So
It is,
they
eh?
Spread the water all around it. So
Yeah,
beautiful city. It's a great time to
One
be.
of the best.
Great place to be. Yeah.
How cold was it when you jumped in off your little houseboat into the ocean? And not the ocean, the river.
Canal. Yeah. Well, there's two things. I mean, obviously it was freezing cold, and the thing with that water is it's absolutely hideous. Like it's
like
not something that you
sludge.
want. Yeah.
Did it feel like water?
Got a good friend Dan Harden that jumped in a couple of times naked, which
Yes.
is a great time. Great time for us watching, but it wasn't that good for him because he ended up having to go to hospital and that kind of stuff. So don't recommend that if you're going to be over that way.
It's disgusting. Why would you jump in the water?
A bunch of Kiwis let loose on Amsterdam on New Year's. I mean, things like that.
When animals attack.
There's no doubt that things like that are going to happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. We were talking about New Zealand, and that's where it's at. And
that's where it's at, really.
You don't need to go overseas when we've got...
Well, you're from Ireland, so I can understand why you go back there for New Year's. But when it is summer in your country and it is New Year's, stay here.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's what I reckon.
Yeah.
So there's so much on offer. There's the High Life. We'll be doing a gig this this year. Sorry, there'll be the Rhythm and Vines. There'll be Fat 08 again, and Fat 09. Sorry.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is get in early and don't procrastinate and pay the early bird ticket price. That's what I'm saying. Don't pay the $300 door entry on the night.
I'd imagine that would probably see the lineups that we had, the bigger lineups this year. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's going to be a lot coming out in the wash over the next couple of months, and we'll all know very shortly. But anyway, we're coming into a good old track by Roy Sop. And what else is there? We'll see you shortly. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Playhouse. Unfortunately, this is our last link, which is we have so much fun up here.
Yeah, it's good fun, eh?
What do you think? Yeah, good?
It feels like good old-fashioned banter, really.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you showed us a video on how you actually did your thumb in, because you did have it 2 goes in a row and you decided to take the piss.
Well, I've got to get as much out of it as possible.
Well, you did. Live life to its
hindrance. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Next week we do have a friend of yours coming up.
Yeah, like we were talking about before, Hamish Bingham's going to be on the show next week, and you said, well, where do you kind of class him as a musician? He's from a band called Blackbird, and some of you guys that have been to Rhythm and Vines and probably around New Zealand might have seen them before. If you haven't seen them, check them out on myspace.com/Blackbird NZ, and you'll hear some pretty good soulful New Zealand music. I think they signify a lot about the kind of sound that we have in this country. So
good.
Yeah, give them a crack, and I'm sure Hamish will be able to explain a bit better next week.
He's going to bring his guitar up.
Yeah.
I just got a text message from him actually.
Oh,
he said he's going to bring his guitar up. He's going to have a bit of a chat about his life, how he started Rhythm and Vines, and sing us a
really
song.
Cool story. It's a great story.
Yeah, you've told me a little bit about it. I'm not going to leak anything to you guys. You have to tune in next Tuesday from 11 o'clock, and we'll spill all. I'd like to thank Vada, Guy and Brad for doing our hair. We'll see you next week at the Ministry of Sound Party. And let's segue into that. You're going to be there as well. Yeah. Ministry of Sound Sessions is now on ZM as of the 20th of June, which is going to be hosted by myself and Stu Tolan from ZM.
That's great work.
It's great work, yeah. And on the Thursday, we're having a special little industry party with the Potbellies and Goodwill and myself.
Red carpets.
Red carpets.
Limos.
Yeah, limos, all that kind of stuff. Downtown at the Met. And to get a ticket, I have one double pass for that event. I'm not really allowed to give them out, but I'm going to.
Oh, man.
And to get your hands on that, please text Ministry of Sound to 258, and I'll see what I can cumber up. Dan, thanks very much for coming up.
Always a pleasure.
Whenever Raven doesn't want to come up, you're in.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm happy with that, mate.
Good. All right. Good. Well, I've mixed up a little bit of a set for you guys. This is the Playhouse Power set. We'll see you next week. Thanks very much for coming up, Dan. It's always a pleasure.
All right, guys. Thanks.
See you soon.